Ooh. The MMA Underground with the Yankee, the Brit, and today, as you see, we have Free Smoke.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, man? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we have the star of the show, which is the modern-day Aztec warrior, Buddy V. So don't forget yourself, buddy. And before we get into today's show, guys, I got to let you know. Tune in next week. Save up a couple of bucks. We're doing SEMO versus schizophrenia. We're going to raise a bunch of money for mental health awareness. So make sure you save a couple bucks up for next week's show. But Free Smoke, I know I kind of fucking sound like a fanboy trying to get you on the fucking show. But you're finally here, man.
Man, I've been busy, bro. Mad busy. It happens, though, you know. But no, I didn't even like that, man, you know. I just appreciate that people would even, like, you know, think of me to come on their shows and shit. It's pretty cool. So that's cool with me, you know.
Well, like you said, you're busy.
Yeah, I know Overtime Hustling's a big fan of yours, too. And me and Suge for Overtime Hustling were talking, and we like you for the same reason. You seem like a really nice guy. You don't take people's shit. You'll tell somebody to fuck themselves quick, but you'll back it up.
Yeah, that's about how it goes, you know, usually. They you know, they love me or they hate me, bro, or usually a little bit of both, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm fine with it, man. It's kind of just how I've always been. So, you know, sometimes I'm too real for my own good, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's just something I've kind of had to deal with, but it's cool.
Right. So before
sometimes I'm too real for my own good. What a fucking line. Sometimes I'm too real for my own good. Next fight, Free Smoke. That's where you have to go. Free Smoke. However many pounds. I'm too real for my own goods, and then sponsor me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, shit. I'm gonna have to shout that out.
Yeah. Hat, all kinds of shit. Just brand that shit.
Yeah.
So I was curious. Are you, because you're a belt holder, you're a double belt holder, right? Are you the first Street Beast West Coast double belt holder?
No, see, my double belt thing, I guess you could say. Well, the first double belt holder would be Nasty Native. He had the heavyweight boxing and MMA belts. Yeah, he beat Shinigami, he beat Dub and a few other cats. He was like killing motherfuckers. But so like the one belt they gave me was because they gave me like Fighter of the Year, which is like their sandbox belt for the West Coast. So that one's kind of just like a yearly one that's gonna, like, you know, it'll get passed out to the next one at the end of next year. And then but I'm just the kickboxing champion for my division. So
all right, cool. I was like, man, what the heck? I was like, am I missing a fight? Am I smoking or something today?
Shit, man, that would be fine. That would be fire as fuck though, man. Maybe one day. That'd be cool. You know, maybe when I transition, that'd be dope.
So if you're a West Coast fighter, real quick, so I've been very curious because I only got to fight in the sandbox one time. Do you have a favorite cage out of all the West Coast venues? Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, probably the sandbox, bro. The sandbox is the shit, man. You know what I'm saying? One step to the center, bro, and it's fucking bang time, man. So that's why I love it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just take one step and it's action already. So
keep that shit close together, you know. Nobody wants to do that fucking cardio. Nobody. Fuck it. Let's just punch the shit out of people. Just obviously punching takes a lot of cardio as well. I'm not saying that. Just testosterone kind of takes over at that point a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all that adrenaline, you know. So it's fun, man. Buddy V knows what's up in there, man. He fought a tough motherfucker out there. So
yeah, Lemonade. Woo, man, that was
Lemonade. He's good, man. So
I was gonna say, what were you about to ask Jay before I ended up cutting you off?
Oh, I just wanted to ask him when we're going to get to see him fight again, because I know you had an injury, so I'm wondering when you're getting back in there.
So it's really just based off because I didn't really have like health insurance like that. I've been always trying to get it, you know, through my jobs or whatever. But I just recently got, you know, my health insurance put through, so I'm kind of just gonna get scheduled for an MRI and see if, you know, there's any like real like ligament damage and shit. It's been getting like better. It's been about like a month or so, but I still can't really like, you know how like when you like throw a punch, they always tell you like snap that elbow, you know what I'm saying? Like with your jab, you're supposed to snap that elbow, like feel that snap. I can't snap my shit because it just hurts too bad, bro. I don't know what it is. It just someone put me in an arm bar in training, bro, and my shit just popped and it just hasn't been able to really do anything, man. Hey, OT hustling. What up?
Yeah, OT8.
I might be on OTH on March 26th. I'm not sure yet. It just depends because that's the Street Beast West Coast event, or maybe it was the 25th, something like that.
I'll be tuning in live. I'll be in the comment section.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
When you guys go for health
so I'm-
insurance, this is a Street Beefs question to both of you. When you guys go for health insurance, do you tell people that you fight in Street Beefs?
Shit, hell no, man.
Like I fell down the stairs into the doorknob.
Guessing
Right,
the
you got like a
fuck up.
fucking cut, fucking black eye and shit. Like,
Hey, that's why Street Beefs UK would be the shit. NHS, fine. Turn up getting fucking killed, and they'll look after you no matter what you were doing. You'll be fine.
I thought they were supposed to have a UK one, right? Wasn't something going down with the UK branch?
It's legit been in the works since we started doing this. Like every single time I talk to anybody, it's like, oh yeah, there's going to be a Street Beefs UK. There's going to be a Street Beefs. I haven't seen anything about it. I've looked for it. I haven't seen it. I guess the heads at Street Beefs are going to have to come on and talk to us about it a little. Scarface, you're going to have to come and talk to us about whether there's going to be a UK yard.
Yeah.
I could have swore I seen something about that.
Would you fight in the UK yard, Free Smoke?
Man, that'd be fire as hell, man. You know, I've been to Virginia. I'm gonna go to Scrapyard soon. So I mean, I'll be down, bro. Going everywhere. Shit, internet, Free Smoke going global, bro. Let's do it. That'd be funny as hell.
Like everybody, Virginia, Dirty South, West Coast, Scrapyard, pick a couple fighters, and then boom, we're going US invades.
That'd be hella fire, man.
So who's your toughest fight so far?
Man, you know, a lot of people will say, like maybe the Oni, or like think I would say the Oni, bro. But man, I'd walk through his ass, bro. If we were going today, I'd walk through him, bro. So I don't think so, but I'd probably say El Gallo, bro, because I really couldn't fucking walk, bro, for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks after that fight, bro. So I would probably say that one, man. Them fucking leg kicks were vicious. But then again, I was being stupid. I didn't really check none of them. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of my fault. But yeah. That was probably my toughest one, man. That was probably my toughest one because I feel like I could have beat Oni like, you know, hella easy. But that, you know, against Gallo, that shit just really like wasn't my day, you know. So, you know, if it wasn't for him fighting like hella dirty that day and like kneeing me in my face, you know, which you can't do in Street Beefs, you know, he did that shit 3 times in one fight, in the one fight. So, you know, and like elbowing my back, like 12 to 6 elbows, you know, just a lot of dirty shit, bro. So that's why they gave it the draw, you know. I counted as a loss to me, but I mean, they gave me a draw, so I'm cool with that, you know, because motherfuckers can't fight clean, I guess.
Damn, I didn't know that shit. I was curious. So I know that you train inside of a gym. I've seen that you train with other fighters and stuff like that, you know, all around the area. Do you have one that you kind of prefer? Because I mean, I kind of like training with, you know, my partners or a couple other fighters because I feel like it enhances me a little bit more. But I know everyone's different.
I mean, I really just like at the gym I was going to for a while, it was really just a gym that like a lot of like the Street Beast guys were going to out here. So I kind of like it was kind of like a West Coast like neutral corner in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like hella just hella Street Beast fighters really for the most part. So that's why I was fucking with it. And then so I mean, I also like dabble in syndicate MMA. I also go to like you know, I started training with Dewey Cooper before my injury and shit, and then so I'm probably gonna go back with him. But yeah, man, I mean, jumping around kind of just gives you a feel of like everything, you know what I'm saying? So you don't really just stick to one, you know, you kind of get a feel for everyone.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of cool seeing you not just as a fighter but as a person. Because I recently discovered that you had a podcast of the smoke, and then you're fighting. You're a mod on the group. Did you ever expect to get to this level after your first fight? Did you ever see yourself growing to what you have now and continuing on to who knows what in the next couple of years?
Nah, man, not at all. And I don't even know when this shit happened or when like I got like, you know, like fans, you could say, you know, I never really like knew when that happened. It just like fucking happened one day, and it was, you know, it was cool. You know what I mean? It's hella cool. Like you know, I walk down the street and people say what's up sometimes. Like that shit's cool as hell. You know, it's honestly like a lot different, man. So nah, it wasn't really something that I really planned really too much into. It's kind of just a lot of things that like lined up, you know. And now I kind of just want to make shit happen with it. So
one day, Jay, one day we'll be able to know what that feels like, and not because we've been cunts. Like walk down the street and have somebody, hey, it's you, because you're sick of what you do. Not, hey, it's you. You're really annoying, and I fucking really hate you. And I shouldn't have said that word.
I get those.
I shouldn't have said that word on Live American. That word very different, but that's okay. So Free Smoke, your fighting style is very front foot, very, very aggressive. Have you ever worked with any different types of fighting styles, or are you just, I'm just fucking going for this, let's go?
Well, if you like my first maybe 2 or 3 fights, I would say I wasn't like that, man. Like I really was kind of try to be technical, kind of out cardio everybody, which I can do, but that shit's not fun. You know what I'm saying? People don't really want to watch a decision. And I got robbed, I mean, I don't want to say robbed. I feel like in my first fight, I probably lost that one. Against Oni, I still feel like I got robbed, but like I said, I lost fights by decision, man. So I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta stop letting fights go to the judge, man, because I don't know what they're gonna say at the end of these. So I was just like, man, fuck that. And I don't think I went to the judges after that. So I mean, actually, yeah, I did just for my draw. But other than that, man, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I have 6 fights in a row now. I'm just not going to judges. So I'm just yeah, fuck that. We don't gotta listen to what you guys are saying. Sometimes y'all don't even know what you're watching. So, we gotta get them out of there early.
I feel like, so for a few of my fights, one of them or 2 of them, I'm like, I don't know about that. I feel like I kind of got that, but like you said, if it goes to the judges, you can't even really get mad. It's like, nope, I'm finishing this thing.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of let that happen. You know what I'm saying? You brought that on yourself when you bring it to the judges, because people got different perspectives. You don't know what they're watching, so
exactly.
They could be watching their phone. You look
over, got a headlock, like, hey, I see you. Yeah. Is there any reason why you lean towards more that Muay Thai style rather than boxing or MMA, or?
Well, when I first started fighting, I first started maybe early 2020. So I started going to a Muay Thai gym with my homie. He's actually the one who put me on, because we used to hit pads in his garage or whatever and just mess around. He's like, yeah, man, you should just come to the gym. So the first gym I ever went to was Hard Knocks Muay Thai, which is just a Muay Thai gym, obviously, only Muay Thai. There's not, MMA, there's not boxing or wrestling. So it was just strictly Muay Thai. And I just started fucking with that tough, man. So, and, I never really went to a boxing gym or none of that. I just been strictly about the Muay Thai game, except now that I'm with Dewey, I'm starting to train my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu and shit like that. So I can transition and try to go amateur MMA, Tough Enough and shit like that.
Oh, that'd be pretty killer. Yeah. And I feel like you look at some of those guys that start off with the Muay Thai and they move forward, it's like they get their striking to such a level that once they start really understanding a lot more of the grappling, they can utilize their striking better than a wrestler coming into striking. Because then a wrestler's base function, I know sometimes I get clocked real quick, and instead of trying to step back, I'll just shoot for a single or double and try to get it. Versus Muay Thai.
Yeah, I mean, I've sparred a few times with some high level wrestlers and whatever, and yeah, they shoot, so you just gotta learn how to defend that, and that's just something I'm working on. I actually get told I'm pretty naturally good at it, so hopefully it just comes, that would be nice.
Right.
So do we know who you're fighting at the Invasion? Is it Jabberwocky? Is it Crazy Legs? What's gonna happen? Do we know?
And I thought you were heavier. I didn't realize after I saw your fights you were sit at 150. This whole time I thought you were sitting at 170. So
hell no, I'm 150, man. I think the highest I got was 160 when I'm fat as hell. You know what I'm saying? Off the couch. But I mean, yeah, I'm 150, man. If Terrifier wants to get his ass whooped that bad, man, I'm down with it. But I know Crazy Legs has been fucking wanting to fight me, bro. Crazy Legs is the one that people really mentioned to me first, and those are the ones they really brought that to the forefront. But yeah, Jabberwocky's just been talking hella crazy, man. I mean, I know he's down to fight everybody, which is dope as fuck, because I am too. But god damn, man, chill out, man. You got. I mean, at the same time, Jabberwocky's got way more experience, but I'm down to bang with that fool, man. Let's get it.
Right.
I think you and Crazy Legs will get such views on YouTube, and I always say, as a content creator, the more views you guys can get, the better you are, because we've talked about this before. I've argued with people online. I don't know why amateur promotions are not lining the fuck up to sign Street Beefs guys, because what amateur comes in with a following like that? So I think the views will be huge off of you and Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we could only hope, man. You know, that would be awesome. You know, I don't have hella videos that like go crazy, and I don't know how. You know, I really don't know how. I would think I would at least have one that's hit 100K yet, but I haven't, so it's crazy. But yeah, maybe Crazy Legs is that guy to really get to that next level, I guess, for like viewership wise, you know. So that'd be pretty fun. But yeah, man, I mean, Jabberwocky's got tons of people that are like closer to his weight that he could bang with, man. I know he wants to fucking try with the little guy, but I mean, come on, man. You know.
Fair enough. I mean, there's so many West Coast fighters to choose from. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's like, all right.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So we're trying to get someone closer to his weight. If there's no one his weight, fuck. I mean, I should finish Crazy Legs too. So I mean, I could probably get it in with him too. We'll see what's
Just
up.
do both.
I don't know, man. It all just depends on the injury. So we'll see what's up.
Just do both.
Yeah.
Take them at the same time. Both of them in the ring.
Shit, man, I respect him too much to go both at the same time.
We're doing a ladder match. Fuck it. We're going WWE three-way ladder match
TLC.
inside the cage. That's what we're doing.
Right. I think on the Scrapyard, alternate angles has a step ladder. You can jump off there. Woo!
Yeah, Scrapyard looks dope, man. I honestly can't wait to try the like, you know what I'm saying, like see how the yard is out there and you know the vibes of the different people. It's gonna be cool because I mean, regardless on if if my injury allows me to fight or not, I'm still gonna come out there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm interested to see how you utilize the cage because like one of the things we've talked about versus a square rectangle cage versus like an octagon or the angles you're able to take, whether you do because it's a lot more of a hard angle with 90 degrees versus I mean it's been a while since I've been in geometry. Sorry, I went like 60 on the 45.
It's all good.
And I feel like with some of your style and your reach, I mean, I'm really curious to see how you can utilize some of your in steps. I've seen some of the way you plant, you bring your foot out, and it's like you really know how to do like an in-tight box. And if you were to fight Crazy Legs, he knows how to bring that pressure. With him being around my height, I know he has to get in there a lot more. And just seeing you guys both improve as fighters, it's crazy cool. Because like you said, from your first fight up until like your most recent fight, I mean, you could go through the timeline and see the skills that you developed, the way that something that might have slipped the first time, you come up and you block it, you can read it a lot better. Do you feel that being a part of a gym, it definitely helps you out, increase your skill level? Or do you feel that you're just you're so into it, you kind of just grow wherever you're going? No matter what's with other fighters or in a gym or anything else.
I would say my main, because like my main training usually, bro, and like no cap, bro, is like usually just like sparring and hitting the bag and you know what I'm saying, maybe hitting the pads here and there. Like, but that's really like my main training, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to the gym before I went to go with Dewey, I wasn't really like training, like doing like drills and shit like that, bro. I was really just like sparring and like, you know, like just like learning shit on my own, like YouTube or like, you know, Instagram videos and shit, you know, like kind of just teaching myself. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Yeah.
No, it's fair. Do you have a favorite fighter then? Out of curiosity.
Like as far as like any martial art.
I mean, you can go old school and be like Sugarfoot Wallace or whatever. Superfoot Wallace.
Like right now, I guess like it's like fighting right now, probably like Tony Ferguson and Dustin Poirier.
Ooh, yeah.
Dustin Poirier is a great comp, actually.
Yeah, he's a fucking savage, man.
I
mean, there's a few others.
Sorry about that. I'll say, dude, what's his name? Kobe Covington just call out Poirier too, saying, "Oh, I want to fight you next" or something like that.
And it sucks, man. I'm a Poirier fan, but fuck, man, Kobe probably might beat him, so I don't even want him to take that fight.
I got Poirier beating Covington only because I think Poirier can knock him out, and I think he can do to him what Usman did, where I knew Masvidal was going to have to hit him with a 3-piece in the soda early to win that fight. And let's keep it real. All respect to Jorge, but he took a fucking ass beating.
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought he
Right.
was losing on the feet too, to be honest. I mean, it looked like Jorge was kind of scared to get hit after getting knocked out, man, to be honest. So
Yeah, we know you're going to work, Free Smoke, so we're just going to quickly get to those questions that popped up on the screen.
Okay.
So JJ asked, Free Smoke, you got skills, homie.
Good
That's
looking,
me trying to
JJ.
be cool. Who or what is your main inspiration for fighting?
Appreciate that, JJ. Good looking out, man. I would definitely say like who got me into fighting and like a fighter that really inspired me was like probably like Anderson Silva and you know,
Yeah.
BJ Penn. Those were like the first two guys I like really watched
yeah.
that like really got me into this stuff was Silva and BJ Penn. So
Best
Yeah.
and
quote in
I get a lot of my Thai style from Anderson Silva a lot, you know. So that's kind of where I like to base it from.
Best quote in MMA history is from BJ Penn when he says, if he didn't tap, he wouldn't be wiping his own ass for 6 months. That's the best quote in MMA history. But Little Diesel, our boy, friend of the show, has a question for you too. So out of all the Street Beef West Coast fighters, whose style would you switch with?
Whew. Of all
That's
the
a good one.
Street Beefs West Coast only?
Yeah.
Shout out Diesel too. And Jason.
Um,
And JJ.
probably 925 Pride, man. That dude's wrestling is fucking crazy, man. You know, like I've been on bottom and the dude fights and he's the 125 champ, man. And I've been on bottom, bro. You can't move when he's on top. As soon as he's on top, you can't fucking move. You can't even turn around. You can't get to your back. Nothing. His pressure is just so heavy. So I'd probably say 925.
Yeah. It's a nice thing to be able to do. Just make sure
Really?
guys just can't fucking get up. Right.
Really?
Smoke, your work. Oh, sorry, Jay's popping up.
I was just going to say, I have to ask you this because it's in a lot of the like when we hear comments and stuff and people always like Free Smoke's reffing, Free Smoke's reffing. Do you enjoy it or you just do it because it needs to be done?
The refereeing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I have a fun time, honestly, man. I kind of think I see the game pretty well, whether like it'd be like cornering people, like coaching people and just like refereeing. So I think I just have a really good like fight or combat sports IQ, so I can kind of just see the game really well. So I think it comes pretty easy like that, you know. So I just like doing it. I think it keeps me engaged too sometimes, especially when I'm not like, you know, getting fucked up on the sidelines or whatever, you know. So it keeps me in.
Do you have some social media you want to shout out before we let you get out of here? Because people really talk about you in like Eat Turf Tales. Your name will just come up during Turf Tales, or we'll be watching Cuzzo's reactions and people will be like, Free Smoke. I know Cuzzo's a big fan of yours. So yeah, give people your social media.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just can plug my IG for people. People can follow me on Instagram at freesmoke_SBWC. You know, Street Beast West Coast for those that don't know. But yeah, that's where you guys can follow me on IG. You know, I post daily shit. It's not just my fighting shit too. You know, it'd be like my regular everyday life as well. So you get to see different shit than just all the fighting ways of, you know, what I do. So
yeah, you guys, and if you're not following the Street Beefs, every group go do it, but you'll see Free Smoke go live a lot in the West Coast group.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a mainstay right there.
I'll be getting my cheek while I'm watching sometimes too. I'll be like, yeah, what you got?
Hell yeah, man. Because we be talking fucking reckless in there sometimes, man. And as a moderator sometimes, bro, fucking Martin and Alex gotta tell me like, hey man, you gotta chill today, man. You and 619 gotta chill out with your guys live today, man. You guys gotta watch what you guys say.
Well,
right. I think I saw. Yeah, there's sometimes you guys just get into it, start clowning each other too, and I'm just dying like, dang.
Yeah,
I gotta get my wits up
we
if I
going
ever want to join these guys.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you got shit you got to do today, so we'll let you get out of here. But you're welcome back anytime, and we cannot wait to see you fight again. So thanks.
Oh yeah, man. Heal up good.
Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for real.
See you later,
means a lot
man.
that you guys are bringing on. Y'all be
Have
safe.
a good one.
See you later, bud. Have a good one.
That's dope. Heck yeah.
Buddy, if you could swap your fighting style with any Street Beef scrapyard fighter, who are you picking? Because Lil Diesel, that is an absolute fire question, by the way.
That is.
Alex, you're still watching.
I would. Ooh, I mean, that's such a tough one. I would really feel like. Funny enough, I'd want to say probably it's a tie. Okay, it's a tie. Because I want to say Viking Warrior because I love the way he strikes. He just is on point. He can back up, keep you at bay. He knows how to use his reach. He really picks his shots, and even when he's up close, he can pull his guard in and still hit you with an uppercut, a clean, tight hook, and get you. That's one of the guys I would like to switch styles with for that. The second one would probably be Scotty Showtime because I like the fact that I take some people down. I do a single, I do a double, I do all sorts of stuff like that. But I love when he gets those doubles, lifts up with just such clean form, that football technique, straight up over his shoulder, stands up and can just, and then somehow come back and boom. That's just, I feel like that's two great styles that if I could, I would. But first one would be Viking because I'd prefer to have a lot more striking skill. I could bang, but I'm more of a brawler, not like that. You know, I need the technical aspect.
Yeah. I'd like to be the Terrifier because I'd like to be the fucking biggest dude walking into most rooms you walk into. That'd be fun. Or Jordan Harrington. Jordan Harrington is a good fighter to watch.
If we get to pick two, since everybody's picking two.
Yeah, go for it, Jay.
More fair.
I am going to morph Shiloh, Preacher's son, right into Jay Gotham, and then I'm taking out the UFC.
Fuck. Yeah, man.
I like Preacher's son. That's got an all-around nice skill set.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you guys, we're going to have to talk about the UFC that just passed. But before we do, we got to hear a word from our boy Cuzzo. Shout out to him. Shout out to you, Buddy V. That live finale was fire. If anybody missed it, go check that out. But here's Cuzzo.
What up, y'all? This your boy Cuzzo, host of the Chronicles podcast and also the host of Overtime Reactions. And let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all make sure to go check out Yankee and the Brit Sports Talk. Them guys are knowledgeable. They have good content. Go support them, man. Go check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and definitely tune in to MMA Underground Weekly, man, where they have guests, great commentary, let you know about upcoming events, promotional material, all that, man. Go check them out. Yankee and the Brit, what up? Salute from your boy Cuzzo. Holla.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, 1 second. We got Free Smoke chime back in, and here is something he had to say on his way out. Since we're picking two, I am taking 925 Pride mixed with the Nasty Native.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit works.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw a picture of Nasty Native he posted in the Dirty South group, and he's looking so whoa, like fake, like somebody took an air pump in his arms and legs, like.
I think we should do a segment 1 week where we build the perfect fighter from each yard. So Jay, you take like OG yards, I'll take West Coast, and obviously Buddy is repping the scrap yards, and then we predict whose fighter would win. So like Jay would put together like Big Smile and whatever.
2 weeks from now, so we don't step on our important episode next week with Simo versus Schizophrenia, gives us 2 weeks. Let's all put together our premium fighter and our fighters together to make like the Voltron fighter. That might be a really old fucking reference too, but of the scrap or street beefs.
So you get like body, you get striking, wrestling ability,
gash kicking your legs off,
kicking, that like that, and you put together like a fighter based on. Okay.
Hey, I thought, that's a little better. I thought it was gonna be like the Power Rangers. I have to choose the right leg of this guy, left leg of this guy.
Just the kicking ability, buddy, not Frankenstein. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yes, pal.
Yeah, Nasty Native and Terrifier is gonna be I can't even honestly. Obviously you gotta go with your people. You're gonna support Nasty Native, and I'm gonna support the Terrifier. But if I'm being completely honest, I could not put my money on who's gonna win. I really
You know
couldn't.
who I'm supporting? Do you know who I'm supporting?
Who?
I'm supporting the fucking cage because I want to know how it's going to hold up. That's what I want to see, is how the cage holds up. Because have you ever seen the Terrifier throw somebody into that cage? That thing rumbles. And Nasty Native is a tough fucking dude, too. I want to see if the cage can hold up.
Right.
Throw a big smile in there and let's see if we can break the fucking thing.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Man.
so you guys. Well, what were you going to say, buddy? Sorry.
Well, listen, right? Because so we're outside the UFC, and it was supposed to be all this drama and stuff, right? I would say it's really weird how being, fighters during the fight group, how some drama can unfold. And I'm talking about more so with like the whole Ryan Garcia, even Canelo Alvarez gym. And it's just crazy how, like, to me, two people who are top fighters who go in their division and clean people out and really put on work, just so much back and forth, so much social media, so much talking. I don't understand it. Figure as a fighter, you get in there, you let your fist do the talking, and you don't have much to say, right?
Unless you're trying to drum up interest, right? Like if you're pulling, like, so Kobe Covington did some scumbag ass shit, which isn't a surprise to anybody, right? But like when he started calling out Poirier's wife and saying she was a cuck and Conor was fucking her in front of him, and that was just trying to get the Poirier fight, right? But there's a level, and even Dana White said you crossed man code. Like, so I'm okay with the back and forth. I used to defend Conor. I think he stepped over the line with Poirier's wife. I think he stepped over the racial line with some of the stuff he said to Floyd Mayweather. So I'm like Conor went too far. You want to Chael Sonnen it? I'm good with that, right? That's the fun kind of, you're a piece of shit, I'm going to beat your ass. But I think sometimes it goes too far, and lately we've seen it. So I really pray. I hate to see Kobe get the money fight because of his mouth, but I really want to see Poirier just kick his fucking teeth in.
I think Poirier even said that. He's like, don't try to use my name to get a bigger paycheck. Don't try to do that. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and of course you have that kind of shit. Like, we've been through a difficult couple of fucking years, and it's not getting a lot better. So I personally think with things like the UFC, that kind of shit's starting to get a bit old now. Like, I would kind of appreciate a bit more, like, just some fucking sportsmanship every now and again, like your fisty that's talking. Let's just have a year where nobody says anything controversial and nobody starts a war with somebody else. Like, let's just fucking have like
Fair enough. Wait. Okay, so I get where you're coming from. At first, you lost me, but being that you live on the other side of the world right now from us, and you have a whole lot of shit going on, not literally, you're closer to Ukraine, I think, than the East Coast and the West Coast are of the United States.
Yeah.
So
I could fly to Kiev in 3 hours. I wouldn't advise it, but I could fly to Kiev in 3 hours.
And whereas if I get on a plane, it literally from here and I'm in the middle of this country, it takes me 3 hours to get to Vegas.
Yeah, it's like my girlfriend's hometown borders Russia, so it's all a bit scary. And all I'm saying is, I'm starting to get a bit fucking tired of just people being mean to each other. Let's just be fucking okay, Let's I like taking the piss out of people as much as anybody. It's how I get all of my laughs. But fuck me. Let's not call each other's wives cuckolds, please.
I'm with that.
His wife. Yeah. Like Free Smoke said, once you cross the family line, it's different. Talk all the shit you want about somebody, but once you bring someone that's innocent into it,
So
girl, wife, kids, that whole thing.
Can we wait 5 minutes till we start to do this nice thing? Because I really have to say, I am so fucking happy. Greg Hardy, wife beaten ass, got his ass beat this last weekend. It made me smile so much.
Yeah, I mean, wife beaters are off the you're allowed to be mean to a wife beater.
Okay. Because he almost killed her, literally.
Their karma's fucked. Like, they can fuck off. Yeah.
And you guys, what's his name? Shit, what's why am I spacing on his last name? Cain Velasquez. You heard about all that stuff going on, right?
Yeah. So I had to put a post out that said I absolutely understand why Cain did what he did. but my heart breaks because of not only did this happen to his daughter, now her father's locked up. You know what I mean? And I just think it's such a terrible situation, but he did what every father says they would do.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. And you have to be really trying to make a statement when you have to go get a gun or whatever. When your hands are legally registered as a weapon, you know. Yeah,
good man. You need to get glasses. I swear to God, you need to.
I have glasses somewhere. I don't always wear them. You know, they get bad. Sorry.
Every time we put something on the screen, it's.
Right, like, and that makes you Sorry.
I interrupted a really important point. Sorry.
No, it's interesting to see, though. I mean, it's something you don't like to think about, but it happens in every day and age. And I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're famous or not famous. I mean, there's a lot of athletes that advocate for even depression. I've made videos about that, for even talking about, you know, even though I may have X, Y, and Z, you know, this stuff still hits me as much as it hits you and the next person. And something like that hits close to home, just as, you know, Jay was saying, any father would know, you know, someone messes with my little kid, my little daughter, you know, it's like, that's daddy's princess. And there's consequences. And in the real world, I mean, we would do the absolute horrible, violent things to certain people like that. Because I mean, in other countries, you know, sometimes they get what they deserve. In America, you know, it's different.
Listen, this is probably not the greatest thing to say, but I have a 22-year-old daughter, and if somebody sexually assaulted her, I'd shoot him in the courtroom and then just put my hands behind my back.
Allegedly.
Well, it never happened, but I'm just saying that's how I feel about it. I'm willing to get locked up forever, which is so stupid if you think about it, because now your daughter's without a father. But that rage of protecting your child, I get it. That's all I'm saying. I guess a better way to put it, I get it. Like I'm not justifying. Well, I am kind of justifying what he did because I get it.
Absolutely.
No, you're 100% justifying what he did, and that's okay. Because it's what a lot of people say they would. It's what a lot of people say they would do, and it's a really difficult situation. Like, I believe in everybody has to go to a fair trial. I don't believe in the death penalty, all of that kind of like classic. But like, I speak to people who do believe in the death penalty all the time, and like kids, when you teach kids, like they believe in eye for an eye. That's what, and you try and teach them about like stuff like eye for an eye and that kind of stuff.
I don't know if you could say this in school because I don't know what age your kids are, but you just let them know if you can. You know somebody who's been to prison, and I guarantee you, out of my own experience, life imprisonment is a bigger punishment than the death penalty.
Yeah, I imagine it is. I couldn't think of anything worse. Well, we try and instill that to them through detention and isolation, but they
yeah. So,
yeah.
And the UFC. He had 200 on RDA, and he was ass clenching through that fight because that thing went to decision, and that was a good fight. So shout out to you for cashing in on that fight. But yeah, I could see how you were pretty nervous during that one.
That's the shit you get when you live in Vegas, man. Just like fucking whacking 200 bar on a fight.
That's what sucks up here, because I know there's all these commercials I see where, oh, throw money on this app. You can go on this website. All that betting stuff's illegal up here. I'm like, man. So no betting on fights. Oh, it's all good though. Real quick, I forgot to tell you guys too. That JJ that watches the show every time comments with my Uncle Jason. He's coming over. He comes over every time after the Yankee and the Brit, and he trains with me too. So shout out to him.
Shout out JJ. We really appreciate you watching. And buddy, I gotta tell you, man, you guys killed it on overtime reactions this week. You guys, it was so fun. You guys just killed it. And were you having as much fun as it looked?
Oh, absolutely. I was having a blast, and I just finished eating my dinner too, so I was a happy camper. I was like, yeah. And it's cool. It's different too, because it's like seeing Cuzzo. I love his reactions. And I said, we talk about sports, we break things down. I like seeing his perception on when he sees the fights unfold, how he calls things as he sees them. He has a good eye, like Free Smoke was saying. Some people just have that fighter IQ. I feel he has it, and to be able to put into it, I feel like, Fire Chicken, Anomaly, we have different looks on it. Whereas Anomaly's been the ref. He's very knowledgeable. He knows so many things that I couldn't even begin to understand, and so from that aspect, he has the knowledge. As Fire Chicken, he runs the branch. He knows every fighter. He knows all these skills. He knows every person's little tweaks and stuff because he trains and spars with people. So he comes a whole nother aspect. And then me, it's like I get to interview all these people outside the cage. So while I get to see them with their fighting skills and how they grow, I also get to see the amount of heart that's getting put into each fight because I see them outside of the cage and I get to know them on a personal level. So I thought that was really cool.
Go check out Buddy's interviews. They are fire.
Yeah. Really. So we've noticed that with kind of football a lot, like the amount of effort that you have to put in to be able to give good interviews and to be able to give good, like, when we do football videos, we get buried a lot of the time anyway, but we get buried even more when we fuck up. So it's like our reputation on the line as well. You have that kind of side to, so you have to look deeper and deeper and deeper, watch video after fucking video. Like Jay's watched more tape than coaches. I 100%. Jay watched more tape. Bruce Arians does not watch as much tape as Jay.
I mean, that actually might be true. I'm not sure how much BA.
That is 100% true. That is 100% true.
Before we go on even more, Overtime Reactions rock. It's on Overtime Hustling on YouTube. But Turf Tales is amazing. Tune in tonight for Winging It because your boy will be on Winging It tonight with Freezes Christ, Keith G, and the rest of the boys. So check that out. But that's Overtime Hustling. Check out overtimehustling.com. Also, they do so much for us. I just wanted to make sure that we shout them out. And also make sure you go to Heart in the Fight and check out Scrap Talk podcast every week. That's the Canadian Fire Chicken, Viking Warrior, Jay Gotham. It's great. And I don't know, Buddy, you missed last week, so I had to pick up the Buddy V's fighters to watch. So I did it completely differently. So instead of doing the way you were doing it, I did watch Free Smoke because I think he's an up-and-comer. And I also did watch the Canadian because, not for fighting, I think he is going to transcend fighting with his aspirations of acting and how funny he is on podcasts. So I actually think he's a person to watch beyond fighting.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Heck yeah. I'm excited for my picks today now. Yeah, you might like them.
That leads us nicely into what the button that Jay's about to press, I imagine.
Well, one more before I press. JJ showing support however he can, so we want to support JJ by commenting. Yeah. But it is getting to that time, guys, for everybody's segment.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
All right, I have two picks because I felt like it was going to be fair. Now, I'll try to start out between the branches. This one is from Street Beef's Dirty South. Now, I like this guy. He's 2-0 now in the yard. He's Fo Ali. I've watched his boxing matches. The most recent one, I saw his improvement. He shows that he's going to have a lot of growth from what I see. He still has a couple of things to fine tune. I see as he's fighting, he has some power. He has some skills. He can see where he wants to throw and he makes them effective. But it's almost like he kind of telegraphs it. He'll see it there and he leaves his hands down as he's getting a little overconfident. And he might take one or two unnecessary shots, but he cocks back and it's there. You can see it, but it's almost like you can't stop it. And that to me was impressive. He hit his opponent back, I think, a couple times too with that raw power that he felt. I mean, definitely one of the fighters I'm going to be keeping my eye on because I'm curious to see how much does he grow. Is he really going to fine tune some of that boxing and get in there and just start whooping some butt or what? And I know down south the rules are a little different too, depending on where you're at. So I don't know if that's like going to play into anything he does, if he goes to MMA or not. So that's one. The second one is from Street Beast West Coast, Duva. Now it was kind of similar, like you said. I like some of what he does outside the cage too. I follow him on social media. So before we get to the fighting aspect, I like the fact that he's an artist. I've seen him do some drawings. He's done some tattoo work, and it's not just like basic artwork, but some Chicano style, which I'm always a huge fan of, being Mexican American myself, being a proud Chicano. And I think that the artwork and everything he does, he's trying to grow himself beyond just a fighter. But as a fighter, I mean, most of his fights don't even make it to the judges. Almost every single one he's finishing, which I thought was crazy. He goes to the OG yard, finishes unknown. He has a couple fights in the West Coast, almost finishes all of them. And the ones that went to the judges, I think he's only lost one fight, and that was the one that went to the judges. All the other ones were stoppage. I mean, 6'4", 200 pounds. Dude's a beast. The only way I could really, compare him to anybody is to Jay Gotham of the Scrapyard when I really think about it. Similar, build, similar weight. They're going through their opponents. I mean, it's almost unfair when you try to put them against people because you kind of know what's going to happen. This is why I'm so intrigued to see Duva Jay Gotham's not fighting Duva. I forgot who he's fighting. But yeah, Duva, fighter to watch. Props to you. Props to Fo Ali from Dirty South. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So, buddy, you got any plans for your next fight?
I'm trying to train really hard. I'm excited. I believe that my next fight is possibly going to be with this guy Jazz, and he had a boxing match recently. But when he fought too explosive, and from that fight to now, he has improved a lot. Not just skill wise. I see muscle growth. I mean, this dude's looking all around a lot healthier, a lot more skill, just a lot more everything. Like you went through your stats on a player and just hit plus on every single thing that you had. So I think it'll be one of my harder fights. Definitely a big test for myself. So this is where a lot of my discipline comes in. Some of those nights, where you're having long nights or days, content creator doing stuff, it's easy to be like, whatever, I'm going to bed. And that's where I'm really have to push myself to make sure I go on those runs. I do those weights. I do that training because I want to come out 110% because I know he's going to bring it. And from seeing some of his striking, the skills that he has already, he throws a mean overhand from that back. As soon as he knows he has a little bit longer reach, knows how to distance himself and then just come forward. So it definitely is going to be a fight to watch.
Free Smoke saying it is Duva versus Jay Gotham.
Okay, yeah. Let's go.
That's going to be a fight. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for the invasion. I'm excited. But you were on you came on the show right away at the beginning as a fighter and then came on as a host. Me and Maddie have been chomping the bit since day one to get this, and now everybody's doing the invasions, which makes me and Maddie excited. I think one day they're going to have to figure out how to bring all the branches together at once.
Just one like one promotional thing, like target look for their next market, whichever market they want to pick, look for that next market and just send all four of them there. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like a Street Beefs Canada, like send everybody up to Canada, whatever. Like Street Beefs Mexico, how fucking Street Beefs Mexico City. Holy shit, that'd be awesome. That'd be insane. Get everyone there to fight in that one.
So who you fighting at the invasion is what Free Smoke wanted to know.
I don't quite know. I know there's been a few names tossed up. I'm really curious because I want to stay, like I said, I originally wanted to drop for my fighting out 145 to fight the Scrapyard, but for the West Coast, I figure I'm going to stay at a solid 155. That way I could be prime time for I want. Seeing some of their fighters, a lot of the people last year before I broke my hand, me and Diesel were supposed to box. But he's more boxing, I'm more MMA now, so I don't know if we'll ever actually get him up, maybe some sparring. I know one person that's really intrigued me is Moose, funny enough. I love him. I send him videos, training stuff. We talk back and forth. He's a dope guy. I think that would be a fun match because he was sitting, I think, at 170 and he's cut down. And I feel like with him being able to cut, train hard, that would be a good one. We're both, amateurs for a reason. We're not professional fighters. We both have our own skill sets, and I feel like that would be a good one. That would be pretty evenly matched. So that would be fun. As far as the second one, a lot of people I feel like are a tad lighter than I think, so I'd have to drop weight. Like I know a handful of fighters are at 125, maybe 135, 45, and I don't know if I'd be able to cut super low. So I'd have to go back and look through the list of fighters. Because I'm in this weird thing where it's like the fighters I like are either heavier than me or lighter than me.
You're 55?
Yeah, I'm out there.
Okay.
So, but that's who. Yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. And I'm excited. These fights will be better to watch, not like the UFC card we just had.
Maddie's going to come over and box Little Diesel, so, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Little Diesel's looking swole.
Your face was
when you guys are talking that shit in pounds, by the way, I have absolutely no fucking reference to how heavy I am. I'm
we don't know how much a stone is either. So yeah, it's really
weird. Stones are fucking raged as well. I'm like 85 kilos is what I'm sitting at right now. That's where I am. Which exactly.
I'm like,
fucking mad. Who knows?
I can do grams.
28.5. So, buddy, you live in Washington. Doesn't Zuel need to be a fucking strain at this point?
Yeah, man, right? Shoot, that'd be killer. I think it should have its own brand, have its own locally grown outdoors. It'll be nice. No pesticides.
Get in it with Fire Chicken. Call it Zuel Presents the Scrapyard, and then every different strain could be named after a fighter. Like you got the Jay Gotham, you got the Terrifier, you got the Buddy V. You know, you could just do different strains off the fighters. There you go.
And we'll get one with super good hairs. We'll call it Sasquatch's hair.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Look at us, like making businesses right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
That is a fucking great idea. That is, mate. I've got a friend who would love to run your strain shop in Amsterdam, pal. Zuel sounds like a really Dutch word as well.
Really? Hey, that works for me.
Yeah, that actually might work.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So I was weed and CBD, THC CBD. Sorry, I was curious because I know we've been rambling on all sorts of stuff, and originally we were going to talk about the UFC card. I really want to know, were you guys disappointed with the main card of Covington and Masvidal? I'm very curious.
Okay, I was okay with that they were headlining going in, but it did pretty much turn out like I thought it would. So I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't as excited as I was for some of the cards that we've had lately. You know what I mean? So I was actually disappointed with the down the card more because those fights didn't live up to what I thought they would be. But who the fuck am I? And it's a fight, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of big names on that card though. Like there wasn't a lot. Wasn't a lot for you to really get your teeth into. Like the Ngakwe, the Ngakwe fight before was much more fun. Have a good shift at work. Free smoke, but yeah, I don't know. There wasn't a lot. Wasn't a lot to really sink your teeth into in that.
Were you disappointed, buddy?
A little bit. I mean, I guess with fighters, sometimes people put on a talk or a big show to try to sell tickets. I mean, but with that one supposed to being a beef, I expected, a whole nother level. I was more impressed with the Ngannou and Gane fight when we watched that. And that's like, I feel like that was here and the Masvidal Covington was down here. And these guys were talking mess, this and that. You're not going to be recognizable in the ER. You have 5-minute rounds. You're talking all-star level, 25 minutes to do whatever you want to this man. And yet you couldn't get it done in 25 minutes. No one else is in between you and him. And you couldn't get it done. I'm disappointed. And Covington has always been kind of that fighter where he doesn't do anything like super insane, like, he sells tickets. But he's very technical. He's a wrestler. He keeps the pressure, and he might come at 50%, 60% speed, but that speed is consistent the entire match, first, second, third, fourth, fifth round. And in that fourth round, he was getting Masvidal. I think Masvidal dropped into his knee for 1 second, but what did he do with that? I was expecting blood by that round, broken noses, busted eyebrows. You have elbows, knees. He did the flying knee to Ben Askren. Come on. You talk about somebody who lost a few fights, then come out, you knock out a bunch of people. Yeah, your last two fights you lost, and there, Covington's kind of similar to Usman in his fighting style, but with that much hatred or anger in you, I expected you to kind of put some reason out the door and more of a brawl.
Buddy, as a fighter, I want to ask you, because this is just me as a fan, but I felt where Masvidal really fucked up was he kept letting Colby Covington back him up, and he wouldn't use movement to get away from the fence, and Covington kept cutting him off, and he kept letting him. It's like Masvidal didn't do anything to stop Covington from cutting him off and backing him up. Yeah,
that's interesting to me, because especially with someone that has the stigma of him and his demeanor, his aggression, I felt like I saw a different fighter. And I don't like to say this word very often, but I kind of felt like Jorge Masvidal was kind of scared a little bit. I felt like he was more reserved in this fight, which was interesting. And as someone like that, as someone that pushes forward, how could you cut someone off, or how could you let someone continuously cut you off? You're not able to use your angles as a fighter. Like the fighter IQ, you start to notice if someone starts doing the same thing, you might be able to move your way one way and quickly bounce around. Yeah, you might have to take a quick side step. Yeah, it may look like you're jumping outside or trying to run for a split second. But you regain your ground, you can go from there, and then you could reevaluate your situation and your battle plan. But I didn't even see that at all. And it was just, like I said, I was very disappointed. And how are you going to say that, I just should have trained my wrestling as much? He was your partner. You know that this is his strong suit. How is it you have not trained to specifically have the defense for this guy's strong suit? And also be like, You're good, but you're not that good. If that's the case, all your fights would have ended in knockouts.
Well, the Kevin Holland fight was good though, and the RDA fight was good, so I'll give him that. But like for the most of the card, I wasn't that impressed with it. And the main event was the main event because it was going to sell tickets because you either love or hate Kobe, you either love or hate Jorge, and some people love or hate both of them. So that's where this came in. And then there was that storyline of you used to sleep on my couch, you stiffed my trainer money, that whole thing. So it was, I get why they headlined it, but I wished it would have been like maybe a co-main event with something else in front of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was just as excited for, when I saw Bryce Thug Nasty get his win. And I mean, talking about his hometown and all that stuff. We say Arkansas.
Yeah, he beat a legend too.
Yeah, I mean, most of the dudes, the guy he fought, his opponents have been left, stretchers. They don't finish. I mean, you win a full rounds and you won. That's gonna say something if the headliner stuff. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say just before we finish to bring this background to kind of street beef, so we go full circle. You just mentioned the words.
We kind of went everywhere.
Yeah. Full circle with a massive mess in the middle. But you said the word scared about a fight. I hear there's some beef going on in the street community right now.
Fucking Brit.
I feel like it's
elaborate on that?
it might have been I don't know, one of those misinterpreted things, You get fighters and sometimes you get some hot heads that are together, and sometimes people take some stuff the wrong way. There was the joke where we were talking and Steve said something along the lines of, "Oh, well, this date, that date, or maybe somebody's scared," and he kind of made the face, and all friendly is fair. And I think a few of the fighters were like, "Scared? We're not scared. F that. We're not scared. We'll see him right now." Blah blah blah. And it's just like, calm down. It's okay. Well, obviously we fight in the cage. We can handle it with our fists, but it was just kind of stuff that got taken out of context, or someone might have taken it the wrong way.
As a fan, I thought Steve said it just to poke them into making sure they all show up. But as fighters, they were like, "You ain't gonna call me fucking scared," which I get. But I think it bothered them, but nobody took it personally. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I want everybody's shit. So I don't think Steve meant it as a personal thing. And I don't think the West Coast fighters, when they were talking live, took it personal. But I do feel they felt the need to go, "We ain't fucking scared of any of you."
If something said, it needs to be addressed. Yeah, I get it.
Leave it to the fucking Brit, though. He drops the C word and brings up the beef all in the same episode.
Yeah, no, there's a little confusion because I know, people don't pay for expenses. Everyone at Street Beef stuff comes out of their own pocket. When we went to the Virginia Yard, when West Coast went to Virginia Yard, we're all paying for our own tickets, our own hotels. And I know that some people are like, "Oh, what if I don't have money? What if I can't make it out, this and that?" And I know we were only going off because I know What on the West Coast made a post about, after they invaded the OG Yard, he was like, "We're May 21st, it's set, we're doing this and that." So that's what we were going based off of. And maybe not everyone had seen that. So it was kind of like an idea where it was up in the air and not everyone knew. Because I've heard about stuff at the scrapyard once or twice, I'm like, "Wait, what are you talking about? Hold on, what you talking about, Willis?"
It's going to happen. I follow all the Street Beefs groups and pages. It's going to happen. I'm excited. I can't wait. And I know that we went like a little manic on this episode, but I think it was a lot of fun, you guys.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Had to make up for last week.
Well, all right, guys. Again, make sure you tune in next week. It's a special episode, SEMO versus schizophrenia. We are going to raise money for mental health awareness with help from our friends at NAME. And if anybody, go check them out. Real organization that has done a lot of good, and the money goes to the right places. This is why SEMO picked NAME, because they're a great organization to get money where it's needed. They do preventative. They get you the help when it's needed. It's not like, "Oh, wait till something horrible happens to get you the help you needed." So I'm really excited to get this going next week and see how much money we can raise. We'll have a link. We'll have hashtags. We'll make it simple. You'll be able to donate. So everybody save $2-3 even. And funny me, who's that? Have her say hi.
Yeah, my daughter. She just started peeping real quick.
Yeah, well, like daughter, like dad, because you're on camera all the time. She's just got to be,
Right? Yeah, she's always trying to peep it.
She's all right.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Say hi. Hi. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Say hi.
Oh
Okay,
God, there's another one. Hello.
Good boy. They love seeing my fights, but man, when they fight with each other, I got to stop teaching them so much. But shout out to Joel too.
Living room, you're having MMA matches. All right, buddy, give us a shout out of your brand before we get out of here.
Shout out to Joel, as you see, brand. That way you can do whatever you want. And yeah, part of why I fight at Street Beefs, the brand's growing. I have shout out to Monkey because he fights at the scrapyard. I'm making a bunch more merch for him. So he's got some stuff going on, making some merch for SEMO. So let's go. The website is dwelling-world.com. Obviously, the website or my YouTube, 253 Buddy Bees, having all sorts of interviews coming out. I learned how to make killer thumbnails now, so they look way better. Shout out to the Yankee and the Brit for making all this stuff possible. Because man, the Yankee and the Brit's awesome. I love MMA Underground. I love sports talk. I put it on in the background. Shout out to the Overtime Hustler. Shout out to Scrapyard. Thank all of you so much for making everything possible.
I say this all the time, and I mean it. The smartest thing Maddie and I ever did was ask you to join us.
100%. That is 100% the truth.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. One world, one love. Deuces.
Cheerio.
Wow, that was awesome. Sorry about that last second, but yeah,